Okay. Hello everyone, this is RJ Rajiv from the Suno Audio platforms here in Washington DC और आज का जो स्पेशल हम शो लेके आ रहे हैं दिस शो इज टू टॉक अबाउट द सिंगिंग कंपटीशन। सो आने वाले महीने में जुलाई 21st 22nd 23rd को डीसी में होने वाला है डीसी साउथ एशियन म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल। और उस म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल का एक भाग होने वाला है सिंगिंग कंपटीशन स्लैश टैलेंट शो। और सिंगिंग कंपटीशन में द होल पर्पस ऑफ द सिंगिंग कंपटीशन इज मोर देन अ कंपटीशन, दिस इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर मेनी ऑफ द एस्पायरिंग सिंगर्स हु जिनको गाने का शौक है, जो बाथरूम के गाने से थोड़ा आगे बढ़ चुके हैं और लोगों को एंटरटेन करने लगे हैं, पर वहां तक नहीं पहुंचे हैं जहां पे उन्होंने स्टेज पे जाके परफॉर्म करना शुरू किया हो, बैंड के साथ परफॉर्म शुरू किया हो, और टिकेटेड इवेंट्स में परफॉर्म करना शुरू किया हो। अभी तक वो उस मुकाम तक नहीं पहुंचे हैं, परंतु उनकी पूरी आकांक्षा रहेगी कि उस मुकाम तक पहुंचे। और उस मुकाम तक पहुंचने के लिए ऐसे छोटे छोटे जो स्टेप्स होते हैं सिंगिंग कंपटीशन के, लोकल टैलेंट कॉन्टेस्ट के, ये उनको एक एक्सपोजर देते हैं, एक कॉन्फिडेंस देते हैं। और अच्छा लगता है जब ये प्लेटफॉर्म भी हम अपने लोगों को प्रोवाइड करते हैं, क्योंकि जो प्रोफेशनल सिंगर्स हैं, जो हम प्रोफेशनल कहते हैं क्योंकि वो टिकेटेड आइटम्स में शोज में भाग लेते हैं, स्टेज में परफॉर्म करते हैं, लाइव बैंड के साथ परफॉर्म करते हैं, कैरियोकी के साथ परफॉर्म करते हैं, और इसलिए हम उनको प्रोफेशनल कह देते हैं। परंतु प्रोफेशनल सिंगर्स भी ढूंढते रहते हैं कुछ नए नए कलाकार, नए नए टैलेंट। और ये प्लेटफॉर्म जो है सिंगिंग कंपटीशन का, ये एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जो एक ऐसा मौका देता है कई लोगों को उस तरह के रास्ते पे आगे बढ़ने के लिए। तो जब हमने ये म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल का और सिंगिंग कंपटीशन की अनाउंसमेंट की थी, तो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आने शुरू हुए थे, बहुत सारे प्रश्न आने शुरू हुए थे कि एमेच्योर क्या होता है, किस तरह से हम अपने गाने भेज सकते हैं, कौन गा सकता है, किस तरह से सिलेक्शन होगी, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह। तो मैंने सोचा क्यों ना आज के इस प्रोग्राम में हम म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल से जुड़े कुछ महान सिंगर्स को, कलाकारों को अपने शो में लेके आए, जो हमारे साथ उन क्वेश्चंस को आंसर कर सकें, हमारे जो सिंगिंग कंपटीशन में भाग लेना चाहते हैं उनको एक राह दिखा सकें, उनके सवालों को, उनके प्रश्नों के जवाब दे सकें। तो वेलकम टू द शो संगीता, शिल्पा एंड हिमांक।
Thank you, Rajiv ji, for calling us to the show.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. So I hope people will be joining in soon as we get into the question answer session. तो एग्जाम्पल के लिए, क्योंकि आज का जो प्रोग्राम है ये संगीत के बारे में है, संगीत की मिठास के बारे में है, संगीत की भावनाओं के बारे में है, और हमारे साथ गायक गायिका जुड़े हैं। हिमांक, ही वाज अ विनर एट द चैरिटी competition, karaoke competition. Sangeeta and Shilpa, everyone in the DC area and everyone in the US pretty much in the world knows about them as a part of the Surdhanak. तो आज के प्रोग्राम में कुछ संगीत का माहौल तो जमेगा ही जमेगा। तो एक काम करते हैं, संगीता, शिल्पा और हिमांक, मैं प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत करता हूँ अपनी एक बेसुरी सी आवाज से, ताकि एक वो ना लोअर जो बार होता है वो सेटअप हो जाए, ताकि जितने लोग बाथरूम से निकल रहे होंगे अभी गाते गाते, वो बोलेंगे यार मैं इससे तो अच्छा गा ही सकता हूँ। तो एक कोशिश कर ही लेता हूँ कंपटीशन में आने की। तो एक तरह से होता है ना कि प्रोत्साहन लोगों को देने के लिए एक ऐसा बार सेटअप करते हैं ताकि people can understand what amateur really means. So I'm very much an amateur. मैंने किसी प्लेटफॉर्म में, किसी कंपटीशन में कभी compete नहीं किया है।
आप
तो
शर्मिंदा करते हैं राजीव जी, क्या बात करते हैं आप?
नहीं
तो
नहीं 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 नहीं।
बहुत अच्छा गाते हैं और हमने आपकी सुने हुए हैं परफॉर्मेंसेस। तो ऐसा कह के आप जो राजीव जी हैं उनकी जो सिंगिंग कैपेबिलिटीज हैं, आपका जो जज्बा है, आपका जो अंदाज है गाने का, वो अगर लोग सीख पाए तो बहुत अच्छा होगा।
हाँ, जज्बा जज्बा अंदाज पे मैं पूरा राजी होता हूँ। तो एक कोशिश करता हूँ, 2 लाइनें गाऊंगा, ज्यादा नहीं गाऊंगा, सिर्फ 2 लाइनें गा लूँ। आज शाम का
जी।
समय है, तो मैंने कहा वो गाते हैं, उसके बाद आज का प्रोग्राम शुरू करते हैं और आज की एक क्वेश्चन आंसर का प्रोग्राम सेशन शुरू
अरे
करते
पूरा गाना गाइए, 2 लाइनें क्यों?
आई नो।
हैं। अरे रे, इतनी हिम्मत नहीं है शिल्पा जी। Give me a thumbs up when you hear the music. No music? No music? ओके, एक और कोशिश करते हैं. जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना, जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना, संकेत मिलन का भूल न जाना, मेरा प्यार न बिसराना, जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना. मैं पलकन डगर बुहारूंगा, तेरी राह निहारूंगा, मैं पलकन डगर बुहारूंगा, तेरी राह निहारूंगा, मेरी प्रीत का काजल तुम अपने नैनों में मले आना, जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Very
So-
nice, Rajiv, and that's
Very nice.
not exactly an easy song to pick. So
Yes.
good
So,
song, good song choice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. What I wanted to start with the first question कि जो आप जो कंपटीशन में भाग लेना चाहते हैं और अपना गाना भेजेंगे, you can send your song either on the karaoke track or by singing or by your tanpura or tabla music or whatever. But एक मुखड़ा एक अंतरा, जिस तरह से मैंने अभी गाया, एक मुखड़ा एक अंतरा, बिकॉज मुखड़े और अंतरे से जो जज करने वाले हैं उन्हें समझ आ जाएगी कैपेबिलिटीज की लोगों की, और उनको फिर आगे बढ़ाने में सहायता मिलेगी. तो हेमांक, आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क यू अ फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एंड द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन गोज लाइक, how should people submit their song, how should people get involved in participating with the singing competition?
थैंक्स राजीव जी फॉर दैट क्वेश्चन. सो बहुत ही सिंपल है. हमारी जो वेबसाइट है www.dcsaaci.org, उस पे जाएं, और उस पे आप जैसे ही जो पहला आइकन जो आएगा डीसी साउथ एशियन म्यूज़िक फेस्टिवल का, उसको क्लिक करें. वो आपको एक रीडायरेक्ट करेगा एक वेब पेज पे, जहाँ पर एक क्यूआर कोड होगा. आपको उस क्यूआर कोड को स्कैन करना है और वो आपको बेसिकली एक फॉर्म पे लेके जाएगा. वो फॉर्म आपको भरना है, एक छोटी सी मुद्रा जो है वो पेमेंट के रूप में प्रस्तुत करनी है, और बस आपका काम हो गया. आप आराम से फॉर्म भरें और आप अपना एक गाना रिकॉर्ड करें जो कि 10 MB से कम होना चाहिए. MP3 फाइल प्रेफर्ड है, लेकिन कोई भी ऑडियो फाइल आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं. और मेक श्योर करें कि आपके पास जो भी आप रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं वो एक टेक में हो, कैरियोके के साथ हो सकता है या बिना कैरियोके के भी हो सकता है। बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक अगर आप चाहें, जैसे कोई गिटार बजाए या तानपुरा जैसे आपने अभी बोला, वो भी कर सकता है। तो बहुत सिंपल है, वेबसाइट पे जाएं, क्यूआर कोड पे स्कैन करें और आपको वो रीडायरेक्ट करेगा गूगल फॉर्म्स पे। वो गूगल फॉर्म आप भरें एंड यू कैन एंटर द कंपटीशन।
Great. So now that we know how to enter the competition, Shilpa, I'm going to ask you the next question because कई
Rajiv.
लोग साइडलाइन में बैठे हैं क्योंकि वो कंफ्यूज्ड हैं कि आर वी इवन एलिजिबल टू एंटर द कंपटीशन। ये एमेच्योर वर्ड ने काफी लोगों को हिला सा दिया है और वो समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं, खुद को समझा नहीं पा रहे हैं कि वो एमेच्योर हैं या प्रोफेशनल हैं या ट्रेंड है। अगर कोई संगीत सीख भी रहा है, अगर कोई उनका कोई गुरु है, तो हर इंसान चाहता है संगीत सीखना, बट दे में स्टिल बी एमेच्योर। सो कई लोग बोल रहे हैं हम संगीत सीखते हैं तो हम एमेच्योर हैं कि नहीं है। तो शिल्पा, आई विल लेट यू स्टार्ट टू डिफाइन व्हाट एमेच्योर इज।
Sure. Before I answer that question, Rajiv, I just wanted to comment on a couple things jo Himank ne bola about song submission. Two things that caught my attention is the songs can have any background music, so it can be a proper regular karaoke track, wahan se leke Tanpura tak, ya nothing at all. You have full freedom, however you want to sing the song. Is that correct, Himank?
That is correct, absolutely.
Okay. And then the other thing I that caught my attention is it has to be one take. So I'm assuming, and because Himank himself is an IT person, and we have, I'm sure, IT people on the team. So there's some way that you can usually figure out that if something has been edited, or गाना सुन के भी पता चलता है, but there are also, so please people, if you're found to have edited your songs, you will be disqualified. So don't take that chance. Just sing it one take में जो भी आप गाएंगे, without any editing, without any manipulations. आप जैसा गाएंगे वैसा रिकॉर्ड करके भेज दीजिए। करेक्ट हिमांक?
शिल्पा जी, उसको क्लैरिफाई करने के लिए, जैसे एडिटेड वर्जन ऐसा नहीं कि आपने एक बार रिकॉर्ड किया, यू आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड एंड यू रीडू द रिकॉर्डिंग ऑल टुगेदर, दैट्स ओके, बट यू शुड नॉट pick a piece from this recording, pick a piece from that recording and put it together.
Attach कर दें
That's edited.
Right.
That's edited version. पर अगर आपने एक बार गाया, आप satisfied नहीं है, दोबारा उसको पूरा री-रिकॉर्ड करके वो री-रिकॉर्डेड वर्जन आप भेज सकते हैं। That's my understanding.
That is true.
That is
और दूसरी चीज, एक और चीज मैं देख रहा था कि जैसे बड़े सारे सॉफ्टवेयर्स हैं, स्म्यूल है या मेरे ख्याल में स्टार मेकर्स वगैरह, वो ठीक है यूज करना, लेकिन द ओनली प्रॉब्लम विद दैट इज उसमें बहुत सारे एडिशनल ऑप्शंस हैं, एडिटिंग ऑप्शंस हैं, जैसे जो कि बेसिकली ऑटो ट्यून जो है उसको इन्वोक करते हैं। तो अगर आप उसको करेंगे तो बेसिकली आपकी नेचुरल वॉइस नहीं रहेगी, सो इट वुड बी अ बिट डिफिकल्ट फॉर अस टू जज एंड वी वुड थिंक कि अच्छा ये कहीं पर ऑटो ट्यून अगर हो रहा है, का इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, तो यू माइट get disqualified. So that is something that needs to be
right. Yeah, if there is some doubt कि आपकी actual आवाज कैसी है, आप कैसे गाते हैं, maybe you'll be asked to resubmit in a different way or submit a different song or something. So it's best to just not use any tricks. And just the very first time, just do a honest one take recording, however you want to do it. I mean, that one take recording can be many takes on your part. We don't have to know that, right, Himank?
Right, exactly. Yeah. I think that is because someone can be practicing for 15-20 times, and then they hear their recordings and say, this is my best recording that I want to send. That is fine. But same song को आप 3 बार 3 सेक्शन में गा के कट पेस्ट ऑडासिटी में आके कट पेस्ट करके उसको फिर उसकी वॉल्यूम और पिच करेक्शन करके उस तरह से मत भेजिए। Sing the song as one take means singing the song as you're singing it rather than editing and playing with the song. So,
right, because at the end जब आप कंपटीशन में जाएंगे तो आपकी ओरिजिनल आवाज ही आएगी, वहाँ स्म्यूल काम नहीं आएगा।
Very good point.
वहाँ पर आपके कट एंड पेस्ट काम नहीं आएगा। तो rather than spending too much time in cutting and pasting, try to learn the song.
Spend that time rehearsing the song.
Rehearsing the song. Rehearsing the song. बहुत अच्छे सिंगर्स हैं। I am amazed कि हमारे कम्युनिटी में कितना टैलेंट है that is waiting to come out। और मुझे DC सैफ को अप्रिशिएट करना पड़ेगा कि उनका, मैं देख रही थी 2013 में उन्होंने पहला कंपटीशन करा था। $25 एंट्री फीस तब भी थी एंड $25 एंट्री फीस आज भी है। सो kudos to
Yeah.
Geeta and Manoj ji for
Inflation
and
hasn't
and
hit
a small
inflation has not affected DC Saf.
no, a small correction, Sangeeta. It's their organization is now DCSAACI, which is the DC South Asian Arts Council. But and then they have this multiple
Ji.
events going on. So this is a music festival, and DC SAV is the film
It is
festival section of it.
फिल्म फेस्टिवल, लेकिन वो होता है ना, भारत का नाम कुछ भी बदल लो, हमारे
Exactly,
वो
exactly.
वही रहता है। तो
हाँ,
मैं उनको हमेशा डीसी साहब से ही कनेक्ट करती हूँ,
हाँ,
लेकिन आई नो उनके बड़े नामकरण हो चुके हैं अभी।
It's under the same umbrella is basically what she's saying.
This
Yeah.
particular one is DCSAMF, DC SAM,
South Asian Music Festival.
Music
DC
festival is the
Sam.
event, right?
DC
The
Sam
organization is what,
DC Sam
Rajiv?
with
Can
an
you clarify? The organization.
DC
DCSAACI.
Sam Festival, DC Sam Festival।
DCSAACI.
Yeah,
हाँ जी।
that's the name of the organization that's conducting this. Yeah.
और इस
तो एक
talent
बात
show-
कहना चाहूंगा
जी।
कंपटीशन के बारे में। कई लोग बैठ जाते हैं पीछे सोच के ये कंपटीशन है, they pre decide their kind of level of singing and कि मुझे compete करना है कि नहीं, I'm ready or not, because a lot of people say, oh, I want to but I'm not ready for it, right? And my thing for them would be go and compete, because the competition is not all about winning or losing. Competing is all about going out and keep presenting yourself, keep improving on yourself. More and more you do it, the better and better you get. And all what I can say as a motivation, that Arijit Singh was not a winner for Fame Gulukul. He was number 5 and he has beaten everyone. No one even remembers who the winner for Fame Gurukul was, while everyone knows Arijit Singh.
That's
So
a great point.
yeah, so don't worry about winning, losing, and things like that.
Bilkul.
If you're into singing, you love to sing, and you get passionate about singing, just put your
Bilkul.
entry out there, see what happens, and keep
Bilkul.
trying for different singing competitions as such and singing events as such.
Right.
बहुत
And if nothing, it builds confidence.
है।
You know, just preparing for a song
Yes.
and entering in a competition will, just give you that additional boost or confidence. Ki you were
जी।
able to, be a participant in the competition. So whether you win or lose, it will be the next step if you want to evolve your singing.
Right.
with-
Exactly.
So I can offer the winner of this competition, जो भी adult category में जो winner होगा, सुर धनक का जब भी next performance, next stage show होगा, we will invite that winner of this DC say that
South
name.
Asian Music
DC
Festival.
Sam.
Yeah.
DC South Asian Music Festival का जो भी winner होगा, उनको will give them the opening song.
अरे वाह,
Wow.
क्या बात है?
Huge announcement.
That's a great
Huge announcement on
that's
this
a great
platform.
incentive. So you can
Yes.
actually do a stage performance if you are the
Yes.
winner.
Yes.
That's
So
awesome.
you
Great
can
incentive,
open-
Sangeeta.
You can open the Surdhanak show whenever that may happen. So,
That's great.
I am full confidence है हमको अपनी सारे talent में, और ये जो 22nd जुलाई को होने वाला है, 1:30 is the time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
22nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Saturday at 1:30.
जी।
Right.
It's called as talent contest, as a singing competition part
जी।
of it.
और जो भी पैसा देना है वो एंट्री के टाइम ही है। For the competition, it's free of charge. For
Yeah, the actual performance on stage,
For the
yes,
actual
would be on
performance
that
on
day will
stage.
be free. Yeah.
Yes.
So a question.
Coming back to your question, do you want me to answer that right now?
Yeah,
That you had
please.
asked? Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So the question was, what is the definition, so to speak, of amateur? So
Amateur,
we are
yeah.
definition for the sake of this competition. We don't want to go to dictionary definitions of amateurs. के कई और अलग तरीके के निकलेंगे definitions, but amateur for this competition, I will actually read it because the DCSAACI folks have done, I think, a good job of defining, for the sake of the competition, what will be considered amateur. So let me pull that up, and basically, let me first read it, and then maybe I can explain that a little more. Amateur here refers to any singer or singers, including those taking music lessons, who do not perform for audiences professionally at events, gatherings, or on radio, TV, or get paid for their performances. So the way I see this, it's a pretty clear cut demarcation. तो अगर आप, let's start with, अगर आप गाना सीखते हैं या सीख रहे हैं, क्या आप disqualified हैं? No, because it says very clearly, including those taking music lessons. आप गाना सीख रहे हो, you are welcome to enter. There is no कि you have to be untrained or whatever. So that's one. Second thing is कि singers who do not perform for audiences professionally at events, gatherings, or on radio, TV. And the second part of it is get paid. So paid तो is very straightforward. अगर आप पैसे लेके परफॉर्म करते हैं, आपका अपना ग्रुप है, अपना बैंड है, या आप दूसरे ग्रुप्स के साथ जाके परफॉर्मेंसेस दे रहे हैं, उसके लिए पेड हो रहे हैं, तो आप डिस्क्वालिफाइड हैं. It's just straightforward.
I have a question on that one.
Yes.
Just to add further clarification, therefore, I'm going to ask you the question for that one. Suppose I am the part of a band which gets paid for performing in the events, but I personally do not get paid by the band. Would I be an amateur and participate in this, or I would not be able to?
ऐसा I don't understand. So there are
And
people.
there are very low possibilities of that happening.
That's very mean on the part of the band owner that he doesn't pay you, but you.
Do you know that there are people
will
like this
still-
who
I
who
know,
make
because there may be bands who do
may be
the
bands
things
who
for
don't pay.
charities. They do band and the performances for charity, and they
Yes.
take 100% of the collections and give it for charity, and which is a great cause, right? They're
Mhm.
doing it for the great cause. They're known for the great cause, and because they're doing for the great cause, number of the singers give their time for those bands for that
Mhm.
great cause. So there,
I see.
no one is taking money in this process other
Right.
than the person for whom they're performing is paying the money, which is going directly to the charity,
I
but
see.
they're still getting paid for their performance. But individual singers are not getting paid because money goes to charity.
I see what you're saying. Well, those will fall in that first category then. If even if you're not getting paid, you are performing for audiences professionally. It's a professional. If the band is being paid, then it's not going to be ki bas aa jao aur kuch bhi ga ke chale jao. There's some preparation. There is a level of finesse
Yes.
that you have to bring to the audience. So it's a professional performance. तो अगर आप इस तरह के professional performances दे रहे हैं audiences को on any platform, whether it's a charity platform, whether it's wedding में events में आप गा रहे हो, birthday parties में आप गा रहे हो, या whether Independence Day and इस तरह के celebrations में आपको बुलाया जा रहा है to sing, if you are being invited or if you're on your own, managing to get the opportunity to go perform to audiences where it's not going to be यार जो जिसको भी आके गाना है गाल जाओ, या friends circle में गाते हैं, get togethers में गाते हैं, that is different. जहाँ पे एक ऑडियंस बैठ के आपको सुनने वाली है और अगर आप उसमें आपको शरीक किया गया है उस परफॉर्मेंस के टीम में, तो आप प्रोफेशनल हैं.
Okay.
तो you're not amateur. You have that experience of performing to an audience in a professional setting. So
Yep,
then whether you're paid or not doesn't matter. So I hope that clarifies. So basically, whether you're trained or not trained, whether you're singing or learning or not learning is totally not the question.
Yes.
Correct.
Whatever it is, आप सीख रहे हो नहीं सीख रहे हो, आप you are welcome to apply, enter this competition. What you need to assess about yourself is कि are you in one of these two categories? Do you get paid? And whether even if you get paid, immediately disqualify. सोचो भी मत to apply. But if you do sing around, but it is mostly कि आपका छोटा सा group है where you get together and sing, friends get together and sing, या friend की घर पे birthday party हो रही है उनके लिए आपने गाया, that is not a professional performance. I hope
Correct.
that difference is clear. लेकिन अगर कोई 50th birthday celebrate कर रहा है और उन्होंने बैंड को बुलाया है और आप उसमें हैं, गा रहे हैं उस बैंड में, या आपको ही बुलाया है गाने के लिए, तो you are a professional singer.
Okay.
Then you're
Okay.
not an amateur.
What about the singers who have been competing and performing in the different shows during the competition as such? Are they called professionals or amateurs?
I think competing is not, again, professional. Competing though it's a different category in itself. Competition. People who compete can have competed otherwise but have not done what we just described, who
Yeah,
have not
okay.
gone and given performances, would still be considered amateur. The minute they give their first performance, where they have performed to a proper audience in a proper setting. It could be
Professional.
online also, professional setting. Yeah, it could be online also. It could be
So let me clarify very quickly the futuristic clarification for the future years of the amateur definition, and coming back to this, जो भी winner होगा इस competition का and gets the platform to perform at Sangeeta's and Shilpa's Sur Dhanak Dhun platform, from next year onwards they become professional and not amateur,
They are
because
no
then
longer
yeah,
become
they are
part of the
disqualified.
platform.
No more allowed to compete. in this setup, they can compete elsewhere, of course.
I just wanted to bring that sense of humor. So I'm going to take a 1 minute quick break and listen to some music before we get on with more conversation and clarifications on this thing. So first I'm going to invite Sangeeta, if I can invite you, and
मुझे मैं माफी चाहूंगी, आज शिल्पा जी और हिमांक जी हैं, बड़े-बड़े कलाकार यहाँ पर हैं, तो प्लीज
सारे बड़ा
हिमांक
बड़े
जी,
खिलाड़ी।
आपने मुझे बहुत सुना हुआ, हिमांक जी को मैं कभी नहीं सुना होगा, सो आप
चलिए
हिमांक जी
आप
आप प्लीज
हेमांग जी आप on demand, so you can start
अरे
before we
बाप
go on with more
जी
questions.
अच्छा, ओके। एक्चुअली मैं थोड़ा सोचा था कि प्रिपेयर करूंगा, और मैं प्रिपेयर करके लाया हूँ।
अरे
अरे
वाह!
वाह, क्या बात।
टाइम ज्यादा दिया है ना।
And before Himang starts, I would say he's the perfect example of what we were just discussing.
He should
Himang,
participate. I hope you are participating.
Himang has competed. He just recently won Karuna
Yeah.
Charities ka
Hmm.
competition, and he's a good singer, but he has never, done any performances per se. So, yes, he would be called an amateur, even though his singing is
Yes.
maybe at a level where people might want to invite him. Going forward, they might be inviting him to do performances. But as of now, he has not performed anywhere in any of these setups where audience sun rahi hai aapko professionally. So he is, as of now, an amateur. So
Correct.
Himank, I hope you are participating.
I hope so too. Now I'm getting greedy.
Not really. इस बार मनोज जी ने मना करा हुआ है। So can you hear my guitar at all?
Yes.
All right. So this song, I tried to sing it for my son. So it goes on like this, and जब भी वो सोता है, so I've got a 11-month-old, and I just try to make sure that whenever he's sleeping, I'm singing this song to him. आ चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले, जहां गम भी ना हो आंसू भी ना हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले। आ चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले, जहां गम भी ना हो आंसू भी ना हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले। एक ऐसे गगन के तले, सूरज की पहली किरण से आशा का सवेरा जागे, सूरज की पहली किरण से आशा का सवेरा जागे, चंदा की किरण से खुलकर घनघोर अंधेरा भागे, चंदा की किरण से खुलकर घनघोर अंधेरा भागे। और जब वो शैतानी करता है तो मैं उसे कहता हूँ, साला अभी अभी हुआ यकीन के आग है तुझ में कहीं हुई सुबह मैं जल गया सूरज को मैं निगल गया रूबरू रोशनी रूबरू रोशनी Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome, Himanshi. Very, very nice. Very creative.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yes, that was great, Himang.
So, as Shilpa said, Hemang is a perfect example of amateur. And if people want, they're still debating about whether they're amateur or not, they can take the check sheet of Hemang and go through it and say what he has done, he has not done, and what we were talking about here to qualify as amateur or not.
Yes.
And
And
go ahead,
let me
Shilpa.
add one more thing, Rajiv. I think at one of the times when there was some discussion happening about this, I was a part of those discussions, and I asked, why are we insisting in using the term amateur? Why specifically? And it's a beautiful answer that Manoj and Geeta ji gave. I mean, the thought process behind what they're doing here is they don't want to, they don't want people to feel like they're competing against, experienced, folks who have been doing this for a while and who will definitely win. And then, so what's the point in competing? So the whole reason why this amateur has been added into the verbiage specifically for this competition is so that you don't feel like you're competing against people who are already going to win, so they want to keep it open, they want to keep it fair, they want and Rajiv also I know has a great contribution to that thought process, that people who don't perform but maybe on the cusp of being able, example again being Himang, or others who are a little further back in the journey, but this will give them a next step to be able to get there, who want to be able to perform. They want some platform, where they can showcase their singing ability. That is why this competition is specifically, and that's why the definition has been so carefully curated as to what is amateur, because the DCSA ACI wants to give this almost like an even playing field for people, so that those who have been performing so to speak, old hats at this, they don't want them to come and take away the opportunity for the others to shine.
Sure.
Right,
So
exactly.
I will also add, Shilpaji, that in a competition, you can never predict who is going to win.
that is
There
true.
may be singers who you are intimidated by, who you think may win, but they may not win, and it may be your chance.
That's a
So,
great point.
on the stage, how you perform, the song that you pick, is that the right one? And how you do on stage on that day, it can change.
Yeah.
So that leads to next question. People are sending their song by next week, right? June 20th is the new deadline by when people have to send their song, and then they will get the notification. We'll talk about the date and other things about the notifications for the people who are going to perform on 22nd. The question comes is, do they have to sing the same song that they sent for the competition, or they can pick up any song to perform on that particular day that they feel more confident about?
Himang probably would be best suited to answer that.
I think they can pick any song. It really doesn't matter, if you've auditioned for one song, and because hota kya hai ki whenever you are singing in this kind of a setting, jahan par main hu or mere instruments hain, sari cheezein. So it's really easy for me to be in a comfort zone of one kind, right? I'm sitting, so my stomach is kind of very easy, so आवाज आराम से निकलती है, जो पेट की आवाजें होती हैं, जो पेट से आवाजें निकलती हैं. not to take it the other way, but
I was gonna say पेट से is good. पेट की नहीं
पेट से-
चाहिए हमें.
You basically want to get the diaphragm and the voice from your diaphragm.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
and then when you're performing, I think it completely becomes a different ball game, because there might be certain acrobatics or certain things that you might want to do, as part of the audience interaction process, or you might just want to move around in the stage, right, with the mic either tied to your hand, or you might be wearing a mic, or then you might just be standing, for that matter, trying to replicate how the way you sing at home. So बहुत सारी चीजें जो हैं वो dynamically contribute to a stage performance versus when you are doing an audition like inside
Right.
your comfort zone.
The other
So I
question
wanted to
that may
clarify that.
come is, yeah, of course they can sing anything. Language. Let's see,
Yes.
someone is sending in their audition in a non-Hindi, non-Bollywood song. What language and what type of song can they sing on stage? Does it have to be filmy? Does it have to be a specific kind of genre or language?
Shilpa ji, you want to take a stab at that?
Yeah, I think that is in that document that talks about all the things, and it just says all languages are allowed. So I just
even
take that to
on
mean
stage.
I just take that to mean whatever language you want to sing in, whatever genre is fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree, because we're looking at talent here and not your language ability.
Yes.
That is correct.
And it's a cliched statement, but music has no language. So for the
That is true.
purpose of judging how someone sings, it doesn't matter what language they're singing in, right?
Yes, it should be entertaining enough. It should make
Yeah.
you happy and the audience happy,
Yeah.
and you should sing it
Exactly.
well. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was very important. I wanted to clarify that, because you may send something, as Hemang very rightly said, you feel very comfortable and comes out best in the environment that you're sitting at home, but you may choose a completely different song, a different genre when you're performing, and you're trying to impress the audience and keeping the same sur tal and everything, but it may be a completely different feel as such. So I just wanted to let everyone know that they can choose a different song to perform if they are selected to perform on the 22nd as such.
So Hemang, I think there is some process in place where once the final 10 are selected, they will be guided as to the stage part of it, right, Hemang?
That is true. So the idea is to have an orientation call, and we'll create a WhatsApp group once we have the 10 selected candidates or participants, and we'll have like an orientation call to kind of let everyone know the dynamics of the stage. We'll probably do a walkthrough as well. I believe the walkthrough is scheduled for July 10th. I might be incorrect, but that is something which is still being decided, still in the pipeline, but most likely it's going to be July 10th. But yeah, it's part of that orientation. Once we have those 10 participants, we'll be doing that orientation.
So let's go through the dates very quickly. So the deadline for submission of the song to be considered to submit for the competition to be considered for the performance is 20th.
20th of June.
20th of June. By end of the month, the people who have been selected to perform as such on 22nd will be notified.
That is correct.
Correct. And then sometime in July, there will be a call with those participants to give them the orientation information.
That is correct.
And a separate WhatsApp group will be set up for those participants. And that's where majority of the communications will happen in regards to the performance for 22nd.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Another question to the team. Does everyone who submits the song for the competition gets the certificate, or only the people who are performing on the day, irrespective of their winning or not, get the certificate?
I believe, Hemang, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the people who get selected to perform on stage are the ones who get the certificates.
That is correct. So every shortlisted participant out of the audition will get a certificate of participation.
Okay. So the pride, they still carry the pride, the certificate of being selected to perform on the platform
On the platform.
on the 22nd, July 22nd, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, Hemang, everyone who gets excited and say, okay, I'm going to do a great job. They do get into the July 22nd phase. But as they prepare and start preparing after the 30th, after they're announced about selection, they want to know, how would I be judged on the day of the performance? How do I prepare? So any thoughts, any suggestions on the judgment criteria on the performance day?
Yeah, I think we've got like major abstract categories in which we've requested our kind judges to judge the entire talent show. So first is the vocal quality aspect, which basically takes care of how we control our resonance, clarity of the vocal quality, focus, and how we are just maintaining our breath control. So that kind of inculcates vocal quality. Next, we've got the rhythmic interpretation, and all of this is kind of also mentioned on our form, the entry form. So you'll find all these things in there as well. Next is rhythmic interpretation, which basically is how accurate the notes are. कभी कभी जैसे मैंने अभी आपने थोड़ी देर पहले देखा कि मैं कुछ notes पे इधर उधर हो गया, so I went off scale. So वो चीज़ जो है वो भी एक बहुत important factor है. So accuracy of notes, duration और जो tempo होता है, लय जिसे हम बोलते हैं, that steadiness and correctness of meters basically, if we are on the beat or not, basically. That's the rhythmic interpretation. And then next is the intonation, or क्या आप सुर में हैं कि नहीं, आप scale आपका सही है कि नहीं. Next is diction, आपका जो wording है, जो अल्फाज हैं, क्या वो सही हैं कि नहीं. जैसे हम कभी कभी फूल को फूल बोल देते हैं, तो it's not really fool is the English fool versus fool is the actual correct pronunciation, right? And then comes stage presence and audience interaction. अगर आप को लगता है कि with the kind of song that you've selected, you can do a good amount of stage presence and you can maintain that and have a great audience interaction, that is plus points. That is something that will be used to judge. And then comes improvisation. So these are like, now so अभी तक मैं जो था वो main चीज़ों की बात कर रहा था. Now there are like things which kind of just make you like stand apart. So one is the improvisation piece, wherein अगर आपका गाना एक particular तरीके से गाया गया है और आप एक कोई बहुत नया तरीका निकालते हैं उसी particular चीज़ को गाने का with a completely amazing feel, so that's called improvisation. And then the last is degree of difficulty, which is basically the kind of song that you choose. So अगर आप बहुत ही कोई ज़बरदस्त सा ऐसा गाना चूज कर लें जो कि बस कान खड़े कर दे और रोंगटे खड़े कर दे, with the degree of difficulty, so that would be again additional points, bonus marks for that.
But
So,
degree of difficulty, like choosing a difficult song and carrying it also, like
And carrying it
बेसुरे
also.
सरगम गाने से तो अच्छा है ना गाइए.
ना गाइए. Exactly.
Yeah, good point. And about stage presence, I just would want to say, of course, ये जो preliminary है जिसको हम audition कह रहे हैं, जो वो तो audio है, right? Hemang,
Right.
so their stage presence is of null and void.
Right.
So this
right.
is for the if you
The
go through
final
to the next round, then your stage presence will be judged. And stage presence doesn't have to be कि आप उछल कूद कर रहे हैं, नाच गा रहे हैं, of course, लेकिन नाचते हुए गा रहे हैं, या कुछ बहुत बड़ा कोई शो कर रहे हैं गाने गाते वक्त.
Right.
Stage presence would just means कि आप audience से आंखें मिला रहे हैं.
Right.
आप is your body language confident? I would say the last 10 who make it should pick songs that they are very comfortable and confident singing, because अगर आप lyrics साथ लेके जा रहे हो तो, और अगर दूसरा कोई आ रहा है जिसने lyrics नहीं लाए हैं, तो that person will get more points than you automatically, because अगर आप lyrics refer कर रहे हो तो you're not looking at the audience. तो आप अगर if you're able to sing without looking, you can glance at the lyrics, that's different, but reading lyrics and singing versus just looking around and making eye contact and singing, the person who's looking around making eye contact is the one who has the better stage presence, will get more points. So stage presence is just being confident and interacting, so to speak, with audience. If you are going to run around and jump around, hey, more power to you, I guess. Lekin it doesn't mean that you have to do that. It just means that you have to portray this confidence and connect with the audience.
That
Yeah.
is true. And I'll give you an
And sing with
example
the
actually
right
on that.
feel also.
I'll
Right.
give you an
And sing with the
example.
right feel. Very good point, Sangeeta.
Right.
Yeah. आप
Right.
वहां जाके कोई सैड गाना गा रहे हो और
तो उछल-कूद मचा के गा रहे हो
और
या
उछल
फिर कोई
कूद के गा
उछल-कूद
रहे
का
हैं तो
गाना
of
है,
course
बहुत ही सैड वे में गा रहे हो,
vibe
तो
is
वो
all wrong. So
get
yeah,
noticed.
convey the
Yeah.
right
मैं
vibe.
आपको
Very
एक
good point.
एग्जांपल
Yeah.
मैं सबको एक एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगा जस्ट टू काइंड ऑफ गेट दिस टू मोर कॉन्टेक्स्ट. सो हुआ क्या कि इंडियन आइडल 2 में मैं एक बार आई जस्ट वेंट फॉर टू गिव ऑडिशंस इन इंडिया बैक व्हेन इंडियन आइडल नया नया था. तो वहां पर हुआ क्या, आई गॉट सिलेक्टेड इन द फर्स्ट राउंड. मैंने कोई रफ़ी का गाना गाया, आई गॉट सिलेक्टेड इन द फर्स्ट राउंड. अब दूसरे राउंड में वो चाह रहे थे कि मैं स्टेज प्रेजेंस भी लेके आऊँ, तो उन्होंने मेरे को स्टूडियो के सामने खड़ा किया एंड दे वर लाइक आप परफॉर्म भी करो. तो मैंने गाना गाया. अब नाउ दिस इज वेयर द होल थिंग वेंट जस्ट साउथ फॉर मी. कोई कहे कहता रहे कितना भी हमको दीवाना. स्कूल में मैंने मास पीटी करी थी इस गाने. मास पीटी होती है, बहुत सारे बच्चे एक साथ पीटी कर रहे होते हैं. मैंने वो पीटी कर दी उनके सामने और बेसिकली मेरी आवाज चली गई एक तरफ और मेरा जो डांस था वो तो खैर वो तो पीटी थी. सो द आइडिया इज के you're singing a song which gives you complete breath control while you are trying to do what you
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So to summarize, sur, tal, lay, diction, stage presence, and finding some creativity, nuances, maintaining that sur, tal, lay, diction within the song, so that you differentiate yourself
Yeah.
with someone who already has all those 4-5 categories mastered also. So it basically like वो कहते हैं Olympics में जब gymnasiums and all those competitions होते हैं, what are the new routine you're putting out there, because everyone is doing the standard routine no matter what, but what you're bringing new to that routine that differentiates you from the competition that you have. So just know that the people who are going to make to the top 5 will all be someone who have some decency in coming onto the stage and presenting, and how you're going to make that as a competition and differentiate yourself from the others, maintaining those sur, tal, lay, diction, stage presence, and the nuances to the song.
Mhm.
Right.
So with that said, do we want to hang in the carrot there about the prizes, Hemang or Shilpa? I know they're exciting. One prize has already been announced by Sangeeta, that the winner of the contest would have the opportunity to perform for the Surdhanak. I will also throw in there
Opening song, not on the show. Opening
okay.
song during
They will
the
be
show.
part
Yeah.
of the team in that performance somewhere,
Yes.
as whatever
Yes.
you guys decide. I will also throw in that I will be bringing those top 2 to my show on Suno Audio platform, and they will be performing on this platform also. So very quickly we are eliminating them out for the future competition by making them professional here and opening the door for many others. But I would really tell them that forget about if they got the prize or not prize or the certificates as such, but just stepping into the zone of out of your comfort zone to start singing and start being part of these kind of competition itself is a huge step forward. So if you're sitting on the sideline thinking about it, you still have the time till the 20th. Fill up the form and jump in. You
Yeah.
never know what may come up, and you may
Yes.
surprise somebody. So
Yeah. And it's
so with
for
that,
2 age
I think-
categories, it's
Yeah.
it's 13 to 19 years
Right.
and 19 plus.
22, yeah.
20.
I think there are 2 more incentives that we missed. So the first is straightforward. I think I don't know if we said that there are 2 winners in each category, first and second, and there are some cash prizes. Himank, can you?
Yeah. So we've got
elaborate?
so we've got the cash prizes of $200 and $100 for first position and second position in each of the 2 categories. So yeah,
So that's your outright,
that's your outright
incentive to
incentive.
participate, of course. Winner, you get bragging rights to be the winner, first and second, and of course you get cash prizes. The top 10 get certificates of participation. It'll say that you performed in the DC South Asian Music Festival, something you can proudly keep and even share with people. But in addition, I think there are 2 other things. Of course, we just to summarize, we just got 2 incentives right here. Rajiv is going to bring them on his show. Sangeeta is gonna have the adult first prize winner open in the next stage show of Surdhanak. But the two incentives from the DC SASEI folks are, I think, that they get to participate, they get a chance to sing during DC SAF.
SAF.
And what's the other one? I'm forgetting. That's why there were two that I remember reading somewhere related to DC SASEI.
DC SAF and the DC Literary Festival. So we've got the DC SSEI has a literary festival as well, and then we've got the film festival as well. And this is just like the starting. I mean, I think we are expanding and we're getting big. So
right,
yeah,
right. So the DC SASEI, these are all under one umbrella organization, different organizations. So when they have opportunities to have performers for entertainment at their events, I think these, it doesn't even have to be the first and second. I think people from the top 10 might get invited. So that's
right.
An incentive.
Exactly. It will open up like the top 10 or top 5 or whoever is above the 20-year-old category or the champions of the under 19 kind of thing. They'll all find some opportunity or the other, because to be honest, in the DC area, if you are a good singer, you got that stage presence, the opportunities are endless. The teams of singers and the music enthusiasts in this area are always looking for talent. They're always happy to have them be part of their team. And it's a big music family that I see in this area. So I'm really thankful to Shilpa, Sangeeta, and many others in this area who have been performing, encouraging, supporting, and growing this music community as such. You guys have done a great job. So I want to give it to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And usi ke saath Shilpa ya Sangeeta, who is going to go next?
Shilpa. I don't know, sir. Okay, I guess I will. I'm thinking of singing a Halka Phulka upbeat song by Lata ji. Let me set it up. I love and adore them both, Lata and Asha. Asha is, of course, I'm a big fan of Asha, but आज कुछ लता दीदी के गाने का मन है. So here goes. तूने रंगीले कैसा जादू किया, तूने रंगीले कैसा जादू किया, पिया पिया बोले मत वाला जिया, तूने रंगीले कैसा जादू किया, पिया पिया बोले मत वाला जिया, बाहों में छुपा के ये क्या किया, उरे किया ओ तूने रंगीले कैसा जादू किया, पिया पिया बोले मत वाला जिया. पास बुला के गले से लगा के तूने तो बदल डाली दुनिया, नए हैं नजारे नए हैं इशारे, रही न वो कल वाली दुनिया. पास बुला के गले से लगा के तूने तो बदल डाली दुनिया, नए हैं नजारे नए हैं इशारे, रही न वो कल वाली दुनिया. मुझ में समा के ये क्या किया रुपया, ओ तूने ओ रंगीले कैसा जादू किया, पिया पिया बोले मत वाला जिया, बाहों में छुपा के ये क्या किया रुपया, ओ तूने ओ रंगीले कैसा जादू किया, पिया पिया बोले मत वाला जिया.
Awesome, Shilpa.
Awesome.
Very nice, very
Thank you.
nice.
तो जैसे कि हिमांक was saying, we were talking about it. बीच में मेरे भी गले में कुछ खराश सी हुई, तो मेरा भी थोड़ा सा ऑफ हो गया था गाना. तो when he was saying कि कोई भी गाते वक्त, and संगीता was also saying कि कोई भी कभी भी गाते वक्त उल्टा सीधा कुछ हो सकता है, तो उस खराश के लिए माफ़ी चाहती हूँ. लेकिन दिस इज़ अ पॉइंट आई वांटेड टू मेक कि व्हेन यू आर डूइंग लाइव सिंगिंग कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है.
अभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है.
तभी.
मैं सच्ची कह रही हूँ, कुछ भी हो सकता है. मेरे साथ तो हो चुका है. मैंने आई
Yes,
लॉस्ट टू 2 people who I make them sing on my shows today.
सो ये हो
तो कुछ
सकता
भी हो
है.
सकता है.
ये तो दैट शुड नॉट बी द फैक्टर टू स्टॉप एनीबॉडी फ्रॉम कम्पीटिंग.
और मेरे हिसाब से एक न एक दिन आपको हारना ज़रूर चाहिए. अगर आप वाक़ई में अपनी लाइफ में प्रोग्रेस करना चाहते हैं, तो आपको हारना ज़रूरी है. अगर आप हारते नहीं हैं, तो आपकी हिम्मत और बढ़ती नहीं है. जब आप हारते हैं, देन यू सेल्फ इवैल्यूएट. अगर आप जीतते ही जीतते जाते हैं, तब आपको पता ही नहीं चलता कि कितना और सुधार हमको करना बाकी है.
Yeah,
So,
your growth
very
comes
good
to an
point.
end. If you feel you have reached the end, your growth comes to an end. You're always
जी.
growing. Even the talented artists around the world, around the
Yes.
industry, everywhere are
हाँ.
still growing, still
हाँ
growing.
जी,
So,
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
yeah,
सभी आज फ़िल्म इंडस्ट्री में जितने भी बड़े-बड़े दिग्गज कलाकार आप देखते हैं, वो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि सब स्टेज पे ट्रॉफ़ी जीत कर आए थे. सब हारे हुए भी हो सकते हैं. हारे हुए डज़न्ट मीन दैट यू कैन नॉट परफ़ॉर्म. आई मीन इट टेक्स अ टोटली डिफरेंट
even
voice and performance
even
to
Sangeeta
be out
Kishore,
there, you know.
people like Kishore Kumar were initially very scared about going on the stage and performing because he had indicated, he had said in one of the interviews that I was worried that people are going to compare my live performance voice and
Oh,
the
yes.
singing to my actual recorded thing. But he did great. But even the people at that caliber, when they're going on the stage, they're little conscious, they're little worried, and
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
they try to carry. So the growth is never ending. And any magical day, anything can happen. Someone will be great singer, but they come on the 22nd, and they may not get the right
Right.
focus or tune or whatever, and the other person right from behind is
Yes.
going to come and
Yeah.
win the show.
नहीं,
So
सही
And
बात है. और ये
after
तो
all,
सिर्फ
it's a
शुरुआत है. This is not the only competition for years to come that's going to happen. ये शुरुआत है. हर साल ऐसा होता रहेगा. तो बहुत अच्छे-अच्छे सिंगर्स हैं. डोंट लूज़ होप. एंड अगर आप जीत जाएँ तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. हार जाएँ तो भी बहुत अच्छी बात है. आपके लिए दोनों ही सूरतों में जस्ट मेक द मोस्ट आउट ऑफ इट.
yeah,
Right.
जीत
And
जाए तो घमंड ना करें, जीत जाए तो
घमंड ना
घमंड
करें.
ना करें, हार जाए तो हिम्मत ना हारें.
हिम्मत
Right.
ना हारें.
एंड गला ऐसी चीज़ है कि बहुत नाजुक होता है. सबको पता है कि किसी भी वक्त दगा दे सकता है. सो
जी.
आपको लगेगा मुझसे अच्छे सिंगर्स वहाँ होंगे, व्हाटएवर हो सकता है ऑन दैट डे. जो बहुत तुम आपसे अच्छे बढ़िया आप समझते हैं, उनका गला कुछ उनको क्या कोऑपरेट ना
जाए.
करे. हाँ,
धोखा
धोखा दे जाए. धोखा दे जाए. yes it is very very possible. It happens to the best of them.
और
तो आप you always stand a chance. So don't count yourself out
Yeah.
just because you think there are going to be other good singers or whatever better singers competing. So
एंड
just
Yeah,
पहली
और
बात
fun.
तो आप हारने और जीतने के लिए ना आइए. आप enjoy the music.
correct.
Then
That's what I want
just
to
come
tell
to
everybody.
enjoy the music, just to be a part of the musical fraternity, just to get your name out there, just to be known to people. Who knows what's in store for you in future?
Sing from your heart, sing for
Yeah.
your passion for singing, sing for the love of singing, sing for the feel of singing, and go in there. हारना
संगीत.
जीतना लगा रहेगा. जजेस अलग अलग मिलेंगे, अलग अलग लोगों की अलग सोच होगी. आप बस अपने आप को आगे बढ़ाते चलिए और उस
बिल्कुल,
गाने
बिल्कुल।
को पूरे फ़ील के साथ एन्जॉय करते चलिए।
बिल्कुल,
तो
संगीता
जस्ट कम
नारायण जी
थ्रू।
कह रही हैं, ट्रॉफ़ी पे लिखा है जीतने वालों का नाम।
That's a great comment.
That's a great
Yeah.
comment, Sangeeta ji. I hope you are participating, and I wish you all the best. She's an
Thank you,
amazing
Sangeeta,
singer.
and yeah,
Yes,
wish you all the best. I hope Sangeeta is competing. She's a very amazing performer, amazing
yes,
singer. She's part of the
ji,
Clarksburg Music Group, and I hope many other Clarksburg Music Group people. They're very talented people from that group, and many of them are classified as amateurs. I really hope they all jump in and do give it a try. And if nothing else, they will be singing with their friends as such. Who knows? So they
yes.
should all come in.
And
So with that,
everybody, there are a lot of other singers in the area, and we encourage everyone to participate. We have had a great response so far, so and we want more people to come out. So it's a fair judgment,
yep,
and the
absolutely.
deadline
Yeah.
has been extended also
Yeah.
just to encourage more and
Yeah.
just to give us more time to
Yeah.
uh, d- d- decide who will compete.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Hasmukhlal ji,
whole
thank you
thought
so much.
behind this music festival, it's so beautiful, right? It's for the local people to enjoy different genres of music,
Yes.
and for locals to get a platform to showcase the local talent. During, I think it's the first of its kind music
Yes.
Yep.
festival. So just to get a chance to be a part of something that's happening for the first time and unique, that potentially be one of the people who got to perform during the first ever, because I am envisioning this thing going on and becoming like just like DC SAF has become kind of a tradition. This will
Yes.
eventually also become a tradition in the area, and you can claim to be one of the first singers at the very first
That is a great
Exactly.
point.
DC South
इंडियन
Asian Music
आइडल 2 के
Festival.
पार्टिसिपेंट हिमांग हमारे साथ हैं यहाँ पे। उसी तरह हम कह सकते हैं कि हमारे डीसी साउथ एशियन फिल्म के म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल के पहले इवेंट के विनर XYZ हमारे साथ शो में जुड़े हुए हैं। तो it's going to be
I
a
mean,
great event.
it's
Yeah.
a great
Yes.
platform. I mean, it's so exciting when you think about it. बहुत कम इस तरह के होते हैं. So this is a really great platform that has been opened
Yes.
up.
Yes.
कहाँ इतने
It's
मौके
very
मिलते हैं
motivating.
to showcase people who have some level of singing ability, but just haven't been able to bring it out to the people as well as they would like to.
So Sangeeta, I would love to hear from you.
Sure. तो मैं जो गाना आज गा रही हूँ वो भी लता जी का ही है, और वो मैं जो भी विनर होगा उसके बिहाफ पे गा रही हूँ। वो उस वक्त क्या सोच रहे होंगे जब ट्रॉफी हाथ में लिए खड़े होंगे।
नहीं पड़ते मेरे बोलो देखा है कभी तुमने मुझे उड़ते हुए आजकल पाँव ज़मीन पर नहीं पड़ते Thank you. So I'll skip the third para.
Awesome,
मुझे
Sangeeta.
आपकी voice
वाह, एकदम समा बांध दिया संगीता, वेरी नाइस.
very nice,
Thank you.
beautiful.
बहुत बहुत अच्छा संगीता, बहुत
Thank
अच्छा.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
loved it, and what amazing singing talent we have here. So जाने से पहले मैं भी कुछ, आपने ये गाना गाया तो मुझे एक आपने जैसे कहा ट्रॉफी के बारे में और वो सब, तो मेरे को एक हेमंत कुमार का गाना याद आ गया जो उसी तरह से जुड़ा हुआ है, परंतु वो जब ट्रॉफी लेके चले जाएंगे और फिर मैं जब वो गाऊंगा तो वो वाला हिसाब है जो दूसरे उसके लिए गाएंगे. तो मैं उसकी 2 लाइनें सुना देता हूँ
अरे
बिफोर वी
वाह!
रैप अप द शो.
Very good. Surprises. I can't wait to hear that.
Surprises, yeah. I hope the sound comes out okay. I always mess up my system. बेकरार करके हमें यूं न जाइए, आपको हमारी कसम लौट आइए. बेकरार करके हमें यूं न जाइए, आपको हमारी कसम लौट आइए. देखिए वो काली काली बदलियां, जुल्फ की घटा चुरा न ले कहीं. चोरी चोरी आके शोक बिजलियां, आपकी अदा चुरा न ले कहीं. यूं कदम अकेले ना आगे बढ़ाइए, आपको हमारी कसम लौट आइए. बेकरार करके हमें यूं न जाइए, आपको हमारी कसम लौट आइए. देखिए गुलाब की वो डालियां, बढ़ के चूम लेना आपके कदम. देखिए गुलाब की वो डालियां, बढ़ के चूम लेना आपके कदम. खोए खोए भंवरे भी हैं बाग में, कोई आपको बना न ले सनम. बहकी नजरों से खुद को बचाइए, आपको हमारी कसम लौट आइए. बेकरार करके हमें यूं न जाइए, आपको हमारी कसम लौट आइए. Thank you guys. Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. What an apt song. That's wonderful.
Yeah, very nice song to end with.
Yeah. So I just wanted to again motivate everyone. Please throw in your towel, get into the competition. And I would say this for anyone ever wanting to compete into anything is you look into any sports, you look into any artistic thing, any creative thing, whatever it is. Look at Wimbledon champions, look at Carlos, who is just coming out in tennis. You have to start competing somewhere and you have to start getting better and better. And you know what your competition is. You know what you need to improve once you get in there. You learn from other people. You see what they're doing, what you missed out. So when you kind of not come on top 10, I won't say you lose, but if you don't come in top 2, top 3, whatever it is, you learn from the people who came on top 2 or 3 and see what were those small differences that made between you and them, and continue to hone in your skills. Because if you're passionate about singing, it's in you. You know
Yes.
the feeling, because that's
Absolutely.
why you are a singer. And
Yes.
you will understand, you will know where you're lacking, and you continue to work on it, continue to improve on it, and who knows where it will take you. And
Mhm.
until and unless you jump in and start being with those people, start competing with those people, you'll always be pulling yourself back. So
Right.
with that big lecture, all I would say is jump in, guys. अगर
Yes.
आपको गाने का शौक है, गाने का पैशन है, गाने को फील करते हैं, तो just come in. This is a great platform. Thank you, Manoj and Geeta, for giving the platform.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
great Sangeeta, Shilpa, Hemang, you guys are amazing motivation people for everyone. So jump in.
राजीव जी, एक बात मैं और ऐड करना ठीक समझती हूँ यहाँ पर। पीपल शुड नॉट बी लिमिटेड बाय देयर डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम मेरीलैंड। कोई भी जैसे नेबरिंग स्टेट से भी आना चाहे, जैसे डेलावेयर है, रिचमंड है, पेंसिल्वेनिया है, क्लोज बाय, नियर बाय स्टेट्स, if they can come at their own expense and participate in the competition, they can at least send in their auditions. If they get chosen, they come here.
Correct.
So
That's a
they
great
should
point.
not be
That's a
limited.
great point.
They should
That's a
not be
great point.
limited. Yes.
Great point. Great point. Yes,
और
exactly.
कोई न्यू जर्सी से न्यूयॉर्क से आना चाहता है, बिल्कुल आइए।
हाँ,
अगर
प्लीज
आपके
आइए।
फैमिली वाले यहाँ रहते हैं, कोई भी, and if you just want to have an outing, you know, have a picnic out there.
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
गाना
Absolutely.
भी
That's a
गाइए,
great point.
ट्रॉफी भी
Great point.
जीतिए, और there is no limitations, कोई restrictions नहीं है कि आप कहाँ से आके गाना चाहते हैं।
Correct.
Yes.
Exactly. I
Yes, that's a
100%
great point,
agree.
Sangeeta.
If you are passionate about singing, doesn't matter the geographic
हाँ जी,
location. This is
बिल्कुल,
not
बिल्कुल।
only for DC people. It's
Yes.
open to anyone who
Yes.
loves to sing, who wants to sing and compete.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
with that,
So,
thank you so much. Sorry,
I
go
would
ahead.
say, yeah, I would say sending the audience, the audition. If you have family in the area, tell them I may be visiting you in July. If you make it to the top 10, make it a
22nd
family
July.
visit and have fun
Yes.
singing at the same time.
Yes,
So,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great opportunity for anybody. And कोई
Yeah.
कैलिफोर्निया में रह रहा है, जुलाई में ट्रिप प्लान करी हुई है, जरूर आइए,
Yeah,
आकर
exactly.
जाइए। आप ये इंटर स्टेट चैंपियनशिप होल्डर हो जाएंगे फिर तो।
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's a
Great
great
point,
point.
Sangeeta. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for bringing that up.
Yes, that's a
great.
great point, Sangeeta.
Okay.
So
All
with
right.
that, thank you so much. Wrapping up the show. Thank you, Sangeeta, Shilpa, Hemang, for joining me in this evening, on Wednesday evening. बहुत ही अच्छा लगा आप लोगों से बात करके. I'm not going to be there. I'm going to miss out my that particular weekend. I'm going to miss out on listening to some great artists
Right.
on that day.
Yes.
But I wish everyone all the best. Please compete. Please send in your entry. The new end date is the June 20th. So you have plenty of time. You got the weekend to keep recording, and send your one final take before the 20th.
Yes. And
Yes.
thank you, Rajiv, for offering to do this, to
Yes.
put the word out.
Thank you, Rajiv ji.
So, yeah.
Anytime,
that
anytime,
was-
anytime. I'm
Yes.
here for the community anytime. And music, I love, and I love you guys so much. So
We love you too, Rajiv ji.
Thank you so much. Yeah. बहुत अच्छे, आज काफी ऑडियंस आई है, उन सबको थैंक्स देना चाहूंगी कि
Yeah.
वो अपना समय निकाल कर यहाँ आए हैं। Though this was not supposed to be singing show, लेकिन राजीव जी जहाँ होते हैं वो गाना बजाना हो ही जाता है।
I think it should be
तो
opposite. जहाँ संगीता शिल्पा होंगी तो गाना बजाना तो होगा ही, और अब तो
नहीं।
हेमांग भी हमारे न्यू
जी, जी, जी।
upcoming star of the DC area is also there. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm so
He
excited.
needs to be on Facebook.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good night, all.
Thank you,
Bye.
Rajiv.
Good
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.